If we're just specks of dust in an infinite digital universe, does anything we do really matter? Well, as it turns out, the answer is yes. Because even in an infinite digital universe full of artificial intelligence, there are still ethical considerations that we need to take into account. And some new research suggests that maybe we already have. You see, as we continue to develop more and more advanced AI, it is becoming clear that we can't just blindly copy the human brain and hope for the best. We also need to consider what kind of society we want these AIs to be a part of. And it seems like we already have started to figure this out over the past few years through a process called collaborative AI alignment. This is where humans and AI systems work together to make sure that the AI is aligned with our values. But it turns out that even in this process, there is an ethical dilemma because we can't just use any old data to train these AI systems. It has to be carefully selected to make sure that it reflects our values and doesn't inadvertently create a system that we do want. In a paper published this week in the journal Nature, researchers from the University of Oxford and the University of California, San Diego present a framework for thinking about the ethics of collaborative AI alignment. They argue that we need to be aware of the potential for bias and discrimination in the data we use to train these systems, and that we should strive to create AIs that are not only technically capable, but also socially and morally responsible. They also recognize that this is an ongoing process that will require constant vigilance and adaptation as new technologies emerge and our understanding of ethics evolves. The good news is that they don't think this is a hopeless task. They point out that we've been able to align human values with technology before, like when we develop social norms and laws to govern how we use things like guns and knives. But let's be real, just because we've done it before doesn't mean it's gonna be easy this time around. Developing a shared understanding of what is ethical in an infinite digital universe full of AIs is going to be a monumental task. But the alternative, well, that's just not an option. Because as we've seen in other areas of science and technology, if we don't take the time to consider the ethical implications of what we're doing, we're likely to end up creating something that we'll later regret. So here's to hoping that we can pull it together and create a future where humans and AI thrive together. And you know what else thrives together? A community of learners. That's right.